It is an assortment of the most odd, unusual, and experimental entertainment you're likely to find in the Bay Area or just about anywhere on Earth. It is the San Francisco Fringe Festival. Dozens of entertainers and acts performing in some 6 different venues in San Francisco, offering their wares, a variety of it's a little hard to describe because there is no consistent pattern. We have 2 samples for you among the dozens of acts that are going to be performing through September 19th as part of the Fringe Festival. So first, let me introduce to you the Diane Karagianakis and Todd Pickering. Boy, I got that name right. That was my test for the morning. And they do a show called Fly With Me Nude. Now, by the way, you'll notice that we have avoided literally either flying or the nudity on set. And we'll explain why they're so well dressed in just a moment. We also have with us Baba Brinkman, and he does something called the Rap Canterbury Tales. So 2 very different kinds of acts. So first of all, Diane and Todd, for 10 years now, you've been doing these two characters, Dom and Bella. Can you explain who they are and what the characters are doing?
Go ahead.
They're mutual muses. It started out as a sort of making fun of some really bad poetry that was floating around North Beach in the early 90s. Sort of evolved. We decided to make a movie about them, and last year we said, well, we should do, Todd's a great stage actor, we should do a stage show as a fundraiser. And it sort of took on a life of its own under his direction, and a lot of the backstory of the characters that went into the movie came out that they became very symbiotic.
Now, can you tell me a little about these 2 characters? You know, what are their artists? What is their milieu? What is their venue?
Pretty much it's an homage to all the artists that hang around North Beach and take themselves altogether too seriously. Dom and Bella feel that there's no art form that they can't tackle, despite their limitations. So what would you say is their specialty in terms of doing something with enthusiasm, but perhaps without talent?
Commitment.
I didn't know it was an art form, but you know,
with them it is, yes.
Now, but they started as poets, right?
That is correct.
And they actually got published.
We self-published book of poetry, and we sold 40 copies at the City Lights bookstore right here in San Francisco.
You sold 40 copies?
Yes.
What, parents, relatives?
Children.
Can you give us a little sample of some of the early poetry of Dom and Bella?
We'd be delighted. It's a poem called Terse and Pithy.
Now, in the stage show, we actually performed this. We interpreted it through dance, but we won't do that this morning.
Thank you. We're not equipped to. We have a
flash table.
Yeah.
Waves crash into my skull.
Flotsam flows o'er my toes.
I beg for therapy. I scream, and no one listens.
Let me speak my words.
Need you fear contagion?
Will I feel castration?
A mental eunuch.
A cripple.
Bleeding and dripping insincerity.
Symbol for reality.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Wow, that was really something. So Dom and Bella, really, obviously, talent is not a factor in their work.
It doesn't stand in their way when it comes to performing.
Okay, so the tale of Dom and Bella in Come Fly With Me Nude. Oh, and by the way, they're all dressed up because they're actually filming a movie about Dom and Bella, and they're from here going straight to a shoot in which they're being interviewed on television. You couldn't do it here, but
we tried, we talked.
And did very well. So that show will be at the, I'm frantically looking through the program, that'll be at the Fringe Festival taking place on Sunday and Wednesday and Saturday. You'll have to check out the website. Tonight being that Sunday. Okay, let's move on to the Rap Canterbury Tales. I don't know about you, but when I was in college, I had to read the Canterbury Tales. I actually kind of got to like it. And of course, it's written in Middle English, which is sort of the language that preceded what we speak now. And the prologue goes something like this. It's one of the few things I remember from college. One that apple with a shutter sota, the dracht of marriage, the persa to the rota, and bada. You can stop me anytime. And bada devri zain and switch. It's a precursor of English. Well, Baba Brinkman studied Chaucer, got a master's degree in Chaucer, but decided that, you know, nobody speaks Middle English anymore. So you came up with a different technique for delivering the stories?
Well, different from what we think of them now, but Chaucer actually wrote it originally to be an oral performance of a storytelling thing, which is kind of like what rappers are doing today, oral performance, battling. So I translated it into a rap style.
And so I should just quickly explain that the Canterbury Tales was a series of stories that were told by these pilgrims on their way to Canterbury.
And it was a competition, too, between them. So this whole, like, battle ethos that invades it all, and it translates very well.
Okay, so Bob is going to give us Geoffrey Chaucer, sort of in the post-Middle English, post-English, postmodern version.
All right.
Take it, please.
This is from the Pardoner's Tale, where 3 drunken rioters go and try and kill death.
That's pretty risque, but the Pardoner's Tale's got some obscenity in it, doesn't it?
It's got some graphic scenes. It's kind of like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Okay, go right ahead.
Ready to kill with their jagged-edged daggers drawn, the 3 aggravated braggarts staggered up the lawn, and without dragging on, while the story is told, beneath a tree they found a bag filled with glorious gold. The hoard was more than 40-fold their wildest dreams, and they smiled like demons, hatching violent schemes, while the steam from their previous plan was dissipated. They were so fixated on the gold, it just abated, and the search for death was traded for work of greater urgency. Now the worst of the 3 had the first words to speak, etc.
Wow. You could easily revolutionize the teaching of Chaucer in America with that. That's really fabulous, because they're great stories. It's just, you know, who can read Middle English these days? Well, thank you all very much. And Bobby, you're going to be performing, let's see, tonight, and then Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday.
This afternoon, actually, at 2:30.
At 2:30. Okay, folks, if you want information on the Fringe Festival, and there's all kinds of fabulous entertainment, we've given you just a tiny sample of it. It's at the Exit Theaters and other theaters around San Francisco. Go to www.sffringe.org or call 415-673-3847, or go to our website, cronfor.com. Actually, I'm not sure it's on there. sffringe.org.
That's right.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's really fast.
It's great to be here.
Great to hear Chaucer being told in the language.
Chaucer,
yeah, check out the shirt. Very cool shirt. Back to you.
Yes, Henry, I didn't like Chaucer the way you read it, but I thought Baba was great.
Yeah, he obviously is a better storyteller than I was.
And Bob, I can't get over, you actually have a master's in Chaucer? You can do that.
And I'm a rapper, and I have an album out, too, so...
All right. Good enough.
An odd combination.
It's called survival. Do everything you can. Thanks a lot.